Welcome to Inside Us. In this video, we will talk about basic human anatomy and systems in human body. The human body can be studied and understood in terms of various systems, each of which is responsible for specific functions. Here are some of the major systems of the human body: skeletal system, muscular system, cardiovascular system, nervous system, respiratory system, digestive system, urinary system, endocrine system, lymphatic system, and reproductive system. To understand how these systems work, you first need to know a little bit about these systems. Number 1. The skeletal system. The skeletal system is the body system that provides structure and support for the body. It consists of bones and joints, which work together to allow movement and protect internal organs. Bones are the hard, calcified tissues that make up the skeleton. They are classified into 4 types: long bones, short bones, flat bones, and irregular bones. Bones are connected to each other at joints, which allow movement. The skeletal system also plays a number of important roles in the body. It provides support and protection for internal organs, helps maintain posture and balance, and produces blood cells in the bone marrow. Number 2. The muscular system. The muscular system is the body system that is responsible for movement and the maintenance of posture. It consists of muscles, which are tissues that contract and relax to produce movement. There are 3 main types of muscles in the body: skeletal muscles, cardiac muscles, and smooth muscles. Muscles work in pairs, with one muscle contracting while the other relaxes. This allows for movement in various directions. Muscles also work together with bones and joints to maintain posture and balance. They help regulate blood pressure, produce heat, and store energy in the form of glycogen. They also protect against injury and help repair damaged tissue. Number 3. The cardiovascular system. The cardiovascular system is the body system that is responsible for transporting oxygen, nutrients, and hormones to cells and removing waste products from the body. It consists of the heart, blood vessels, and blood. The heart is a muscular organ that pumps blood throughout the body. Blood vessels are the tubes that carry blood throughout the body, and blood is the fluid that circulates through the body in the blood vessels. The cardiovascular system is essential for the functioning of the body. It ensures that all of the body's cells receive the oxygen and nutrients they need to survive and function properly. It also helps remove waste products and maintain a healthy balance of fluids in the body. Number 4. The nervous system. The nervous system is the body system that is responsible for the control and coordination of body functions. It consists of the brain, spinal cord, and nerves. The brain is the control center of the nervous system. It receives and processes information from the senses and sends out commands to the rest of the body. The spinal cord is a long, tube-like structure that runs from the brain down through the center of the back. It carries messages between the brain and the rest of the body. Nerves are the long, thin fibers that carry messages to and from the brain and spinal cord. They are made up of bundles of nerve cells called neurons and are found throughout the body. Number 5. The respiratory system. The respiratory system is the body system that is responsible for the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide between the body and the environment. It consists of the lungs, trachea, and other structures. The lungs are the primary organs of the respiratory system. They are located in the chest and are responsible for the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide. The trachea, also known as the windpipe, is a tube-like structure that runs from the back of the throat to the lungs. It is lined with tiny hairs called cilia, which help to filter out debris from the air. Other structures of the respiratory system include the bronchi and bronchioles, which are tubes that branch off from the trachea and carry air to the alveoli, and the diaphragm, which is a sheet of muscle that separates the chest and abdomen and helps with breathing. The respiratory system plays a vital role in maintaining the body's oxygen supply and removing waste products. Number 6. The digestive system. The digestive system is the body system that is responsible for breaking down food into nutrients that can be absorbed and used by the body. It consists of the mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, and large intestine. The mouth is where food enters the body and where the process of digestion begins. The mouth contains teeth, which mechanically break down food, and the tongue, which helps to mix food with saliva. The esophagus is a tube-like structure that connects the mouth to the stomach. It uses muscle contractions called peristalsis to move food down to the stomach. The stomach is a muscular sac that mixes and grinds food with stomach acid and enzymes. The small intestine is a long, narrow tube that is responsible for the majority of nutrient absorption. The large intestine is a wider tube that absorbs water and electrolytes from undigested food and forms feces, which are then eliminated from the body through the rectum and anus. The digestive system is essential for the body's ability to obtain and use nutrients from food. It also helps to eliminate waste products from the body. Number 7. The urinary system. The urinary system, also known as the renal system, is the body system that is responsible for the filtering of waste products from the blood and the excretion of these products from the body. It consists of the kidneys, ureters, bladder, and urethra. The kidneys are a pair of bean-shaped organs located in the back of the abdomen. They are responsible for filtering waste products, such as urea and creatinine. The ureters are tubes that carry urine from the kidneys to the bladder. The bladder is a muscular sac that stores urine until it is eliminated from the body through the urethra. The urethra is a tube that carries urine out of the body. In addition to removing waste products, the urinary system helps to regulate the body's electrolyte balance and blood pressure, and plays a role in the production of red blood cells. Number 8. The endocrine system. The endocrine system is the body system that is responsible for the production and secretion of hormones, which are chemical messengers that regulate various bodily functions. It consists of glands, such as the thyroid, pancreas, and adrenal glands, which produce hormones and release them into the bloodstream. The thyroid gland is located in the neck and produces hormones that regulate metabolism, the body's process of converting food into energy. The pancreas is located behind the stomach and produces hormones, such as insulin, that help regulate blood sugar levels. The adrenal glands, which are located above the kidneys, produce hormones, such as adrenaline, that help the body respond to stress. The endocrine system helps to regulate metabolism, growth and development, and the body's response to stress and other stimuli. Number 9. The lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is a body system that is responsible for the circulation of a clear fluid called lymph and the defense of the body against infection and disease. It consists of a network of vessels, called lymph vessels, that carry lymph throughout the body, as well as a number of lymphoid organs and tissues, such as the spleen, lymph nodes, and tonsils, which help to filter and remove harmful substances from the lymph. Lymph is a clear fluid that contains white blood cells called lymphocytes, which help to fight infection and disease. The lymph nodes are small, bean-shaped organs that are located throughout the body and contain immune cells that help to fight infection. The spleen is an organ located in the abdomen that filters and removes old or damaged red blood cells and platelets from the blood. The tonsils are small masses of lymphoid tissue located in the back of the throat that help to filter and remove bacteria and other harmful substances from the air we breathe. The lymphatic system plays a vital role in the body's immune system and helps to protect the body against infection and disease. It also helps to maintain fluid balance in the body by returning excess fluid from the tissues back into the bloodstream. Number 10. The reproductive system. The reproductive system is the body system that is responsible for the production and transportation of gametes, sex cells, and the reproduction of offspring. In males, the reproductive system consists of the testes, which produce sperm, and the penis, which transports sperm during sexual intercourse. In females, the reproductive system consists of the ovaries, which produce eggs, and the uterus, which provides a place for a fertilized egg to develop into a baby. The testes are a pair of male reproductive organs located in the scrotum. They produce sperm and the hormone testosterone, which helps to regulate male secondary sexual characteristics, such as facial hair and a deeper voice. The penis is a male reproductive organ that is responsible for the transportation of sperm during sexual intercourse. It is made up of spongy tissue that becomes engorged with blood during sexual arousal, causing it to become erect. The ovaries are a pair of female reproductive organs located in the pelvis. They produce eggs and the hormones estrogen and progesterone, which help to regulate the menstrual cycle and female secondary sexual characteristics, such as breast development and the appearance of body hair. The uterus is a female reproductive organ located in the pelvis. It is a muscular, pear-shaped organ that provides a place for a fertilized egg to develop into a baby. If fertilization does not occur, the uterus sheds its lining during menstruation. The reproductive system plays a vital role in the continuation of the human species. It allows for the production and transportation of gametes and the reproduction of offspring. In addition, hormones produced by the reproductive system play a role in the development and maintenance of secondary sexual characteristics and the regulation of the menstrual cycle. That's it for today. Hope you like this video. For more videos related to human body and medical science, please hit that subscribe button. See you in the next one. Hi, and welcome to Inside Us. In this video, we will dive deep into skeletal system and its role in the formation of human body. The skeletal system is the body system that provides structure and support for the body. It consists of bones and joints, which work together to allow movement and protect internal organs. Bones are the hard, calcified tissues that make up the skeleton. They are classified into 4 types: long bones, short bones, flat bones, and irregular bones. Long bones are found in the arms, legs, and fingers. They have a long shaft with rounded ends called epiphyses. The epiphyses contain the growth plates, also called epiphyseal plates, which are responsible for bone growth during development. Long bones provide support and leverage for movement. Examples of long bones include the femur, or the thigh bone, and tibia, or the shin bone. Short bones are found in the wrists and ankles. They are shorter and wider than long bones and provide stability and support. Examples of short bones include the carpals, or the wrist bones, and tarsals, or the ankle bones. Flat bones are thin and flat, with 2 parallel surfaces. They protect internal organs and provide a surface for muscle attachment. Examples of flat bones include the sternum, or the breastbone, and ribs. Irregular bones have complex shapes and serve a variety of functions. Examples of irregular bones include the vertebrae, or the spinal bones, and hip bones. Bones are connected to each other at joints, which allow movement and help to maintain the body's posture and balance. There are 3 main types of joints: synarthrotic joints, apoarthrotic joints, and diarthrotic joints. Synarthrotic joints, also called immovable joints, do not allow for any movement. They are found between bones that are tightly fused together, such as the bones of the skull. Apoarthrotic joints, also called slightly movable joints, allow for limited movement. They are found in bones that are connected by fibrous tissue, such as the vertebrae. Diarthrotic joints, also called freely movable joints, allow for a wide range of movement. They are further classified into 4 main types. Ball and socket joints, such as the hip and shoulder joints, allow for a wide range of movement in multiple planes. Hinge joints, such as the elbow and knee joints, allow for movement in one plane, similar to the way a door hinges. Pivot joints, such as the joint between the first 2 cervical vertebrae, the atlas and axis, allow for rotational movement. Gliding joints, such as the joints between the carpals wrist bones, allow for sliding movement. Joints are held together by a combination of bones, ligaments, tendons, and muscles. Ligaments are strong, fibrous bands of connective tissue that connect bones to other bones. Tendons are fibrous cords of connective tissue that connect muscles to bones. Muscles produce movement by contracting and relaxing, which causes movement at the joint. Joints can be affected by a number of conditions, such as arthritis, which is a group of conditions that cause inflammation and pain in the joints, and osteoporosis, which is a condition that causes bones to become weak and brittle. The skeletal system plays a number of important roles in the body, including support. The skeletal system provides structural support for the body and helps to maintain posture and balance. Protection. The skeletal system protects internal organs by surrounding and encasing them. For example, the rib cage protects the heart and lungs, and the skull protects the brain. Movement. The skeletal system allows for movement through the action of muscles that are attached to the bones. Production of blood cells. The bone marrow, which is the soft, spongy tissue inside the bones, is responsible for the production of red and white blood cells and platelets. Mineral storage. Bones act as a storage site for minerals, such as calcium and phosphorus, which are essential for the proper functioning of the body. Endocrine function. The skeletal system produces hormones, such as osteocalcin and osteoprotegerin, which play a role in the regulation of metabolism and the immune system. Overall, the skeletal system plays a vital role in the health and function of the body. It provides structure and support, protects internal organs, allows for movement, and performs a number of important functions related to the production of blood cells and the storage of minerals. That's it for today. Hope you like this video. For more videos related to human body and medical science, please hit that subscribe button. See you in the next one. Hi, and welcome to Inside Us. In this video, we will dive deep into muscular system and its role in the formation of human body. Without muscle, humans could not live. The primary job of muscle is to move the bones of the skeleton, but muscles also enable the heart to beat and constitute the walls of other important hollow organs. There are 3 types of muscle tissue. Skeletal muscle. This type of muscle creates movement in the body. There are more than 600 skeletal muscles, and they make up about 40% of a person's body weight. When the nervous system signals the muscle to contract, groups of muscles work together to move the skeleton. These signals and movements are nearly involuntary, yet they do require conscious effort. However, humans do not need to concentrate on individual muscles when moving. Skeletal muscle tissue is made up of a collection of muscle fibers wrapped in connective tissue sheaths. There are 3 types of connective tissue sheaths named for their location. Endomysium surrounds individual muscle fibers. It is made up of a delicate layer of reticular fibers and permits only small diameter nerve fibers and capillaries, thus acting as a site of metabolic exchange. Perimysium is a slightly thicker layer of connective tissue consisting mainly of type I and II collagen and surrounds a group of fibers. This fiber group is referred to as a fascicle or bundle. Fascicles are the functional units of skeletal muscle tissue. The perimysium contains slightly larger blood vessels and nerve fibers than those traveling through endomysium. Epimysium surrounds the entire collection of fascicles making up an individual muscle. This dense connective tissue made up of mainly type I collagen contains the neurovascular supply to the muscle. Cardiac muscle. Cardiac muscle is involuntary muscle. This type makes up the walls of the heart and creates the steady, rhythmic pulsing that pumps blood through the body from signals from the brain. This muscle type also creates the electrical impulses that produce the heart's contractions. But hormones and stimuli from the nervous system can also affect these impulses, such as when your heart rate increases when you're scared. It is capable of strong, continuous, and rhythmic contractions that are automatically generated. The contractility can be altered by the autonomic nervous system and hormones. In addition, this tissue type has high metabolic, energy, and vascular demands. Cardiac muscle fibers are long, branched cells, shaped like cylinders joined end to end, with 1 or 2 nuclei located centrally. The fibers are separated by collagenous tissue that supports the capillary network of cardiac tissue. The myofilaments of cardiac muscle are arranged in a similar pattern to skeletal muscle, resulting in cross striations. The fibers are crossed by linear bands called intercalate discs. These structures have 2 important roles. Firstly, they provide attachment points that provides the tissue with a characteristic branched pattern. Secondly, they allow cardiac muscle tissue to function as a functional syncytium. Essentially, the contractile stimuli is propagated from one cell to the next one, resulting in a synchronous contraction of the entire tissue section. Smooth muscle. Smooth muscle makes up the walls of hollow organs, respiratory passageways, and blood vessels. Its wave-like movements propel things through the bodily system, such as food through your stomach or urine through your bladder. Like cardiac muscle, smooth muscle is involuntary and also contracts in response to stimuli and nerve impulses. Muscle movement happens when neurological signals produce electrical changes in muscle cells. During this process, calcium is released into the cells and brings about a short muscle twitch. Problems with the junction between the cells called a synapse can lead to neuromuscular diseases. That's it for today. Hope you like this video. For more videos related to human body and medical science, please hit that subscribe button. See you in the next one. Hi, and welcome to Inside Us. In this video, we will talk about cardiovascular system and its role in the formation of human body. Cardiovascular system, also known as the circulatory system, is a body system that is responsible for pumping and distributing blood throughout the body. It is made up of the heart, blood vessels, and blood. Heart. The heart is a muscular organ located in the chest that pumps blood throughout the body. It is about the size of a clenched fist and is located between the lungs, behind the breastbone. The heart has 4 chambers: the left and right atria, and the left and right ventricles. The right atrium is the upper chamber on the right side of the heart. It receives oxygen-depleted blood from the body and pumps it into the right ventricle through the tricuspid valve. The right ventricle is the lower chamber on the right side of the heart. It pumps the oxygen-depleted blood to the lungs through the pulmonary artery to be oxygenated. The left atrium is the upper chamber on the left side of the heart. It receives oxygenated blood from the lungs and pumps it into the left ventricle through the mitral valve. The left ventricle is the lower chamber on the left side of the heart. It pumps the oxygenated blood out to the rest of the body through the aorta, the main artery of the body. The heart has its own electrical conducting system, which helps to coordinate and regulate its contractions. The sinoatrial node, also known as the heart's natural pacemaker, sends out electrical impulses that cause the heart to contract and pump blood. The atrioventricular node receives the electrical impulses from the sinoatrial node and conducts them to the ventricles, causing them to contract and pump blood. The heart also has 4 valves that help to regulate the flow of blood through the chambers and prevent blood from flowing back into the wrong chambers. The tricuspid valve is located between the right atrium and right ventricle, and the mitral valve is located between the left atrium and left ventricle. The aortic valve is located between the left ventricle and the aorta, and the pulmonary valve is located between the right ventricle and the pulmonary artery. Blood vessels. The blood vessels are tubes that carry blood throughout the body. There are 3 types of blood vessels: arteries, veins, and capillaries. Arteries are blood vessels that carry oxygenated blood away from the heart to the body's cells. They have thick walls and are able to withstand the high pressure of the blood being pumped from the heart. The aorta is the main artery of the body, and it branches off into smaller arteries that carry blood to the head, arms, legs, and other parts of the body. Veins are blood vessels that carry oxygen-depleted blood back to the heart. They have thinner walls than arteries and are not able to withstand as much pressure. The superior and inferior vena cava are the main veins of the body, and they carry blood from the head, arms, and upper body to the heart. The pulmonary vein carries oxygenated blood from the lungs to the heart. Capillaries are tiny blood vessels that connect arteries and veins. They are only 1 cell thick, which allows for the exchange of nutrients, oxygen, and waste products between the blood and the body's cells. There are thousands of miles of capillaries in the body, and they are found in almost every tissue and organ. Overall, the blood vessels play a vital role in the cardiovascular system, as they transport blood throughout the body and help to maintain the body's blood pressure. They also help to exchange nutrients, oxygen, and waste products between the blood and the body's cells. Blood. Blood is a vital fluid that circulates through the body's blood vessels and transports oxygen, nutrients, hormones, and other substances to and from the cells. It also helps to maintain the body's pH balance and fights off infections and diseases. Blood is made up of red and white blood cells and platelets suspended in plasma. Red blood cells, or erythrocytes, are the most abundant type of blood cells. They contain hemoglobin, a protein that binds to oxygen and carries it to the body's cells. Red blood cells are produced in the bone marrow and have a lifespan of about 120 days. White blood cells, or leukocytes, are responsible for defending the body against infection and disease. There are several different types of white blood cells, including neutrophiles, monocytes, lymphocytes, and eosinophils. White blood cells are produced in the bone marrow and have a lifespan of several days to a few months. Platelets, or thrombocytes, are small, irregularly shaped cells that are involved in blood clotting. When a blood vessel is damaged, Platelets clump together to form a clot that helps to stop the bleeding. Platelets are produced in the bone marrow and have a lifespan of about 10 days. Plasma is the yellowish fluid component of blood that makes up about 55% of its volume. It is made up of water, proteins, nutrients, hormones, and other substances. Plasma helps to transport red and white blood cells and platelets throughout the body and plays a vital role in maintaining the body's blood pressure. Overall, blood plays a vital role in the body's overall health and well-being. It transports oxygen, nutrients, hormones, and other substances to and from the cells and helps to maintain the body's pH balance. It also helps to defend the body against infection and disease and plays a role in blood clotting. Overall, the cardiovascular system plays a vital role in maintaining the body's overall health and well-being. It helps to oxygenate the body's cells, remove waste products, and transport nutrients, hormones, and other substances throughout the body. That's it for today. Hope you like this video. For more videos related to human body and medical science, please hit that subscribe button. See you in the next one. Hi, and welcome to Inside Us. In this video, we will talk about nervous system and its role in the formation of human body. The nervous system is a complex network of tissues and organs that coordinate the functions of the body. It consists of the central nervous system, which includes the brain and spinal cord, and the peripheral nervous system, which consists of all the nerves that lie outside the central nervous system. Central nervous system. The central nervous system is the control center of the body. It consists of the brain and the spinal cord, and is responsible for processing and integrating sensory information, controlling movement, and coordinating the body's functions. Brain. The brain is a complex organ that is responsible for controlling all the body's functions, including thinking, feeling, and behaving. It is divided into several different regions, each with specific functions. The cerebrum is the largest and most complex part of the brain and is responsible for most of the brain's functions. It is divided into two hemispheres, left and right, which are connected by a bundle of nerve fibers called the corpus callosum. The cerebrum is divided into four main lobes: the frontal lobe, the parietal lobe, the temporal lobe, and the occipital lobe. Each lobe is responsible for different functions, such as movement, sensation, language, and vision. The cerebellum is located beneath the cerebrum and is responsible for coordinating movement and balance. The brainstem is located between the cerebrum and the spinal cord and is responsible for controlling many of the body's automatic functions, such as heart rate, breathing, and digestion. It is also involved in the control of sleep, wakefulness, and consciousness. The hippocampus is located within the brain and is responsible for forming and storing memories. The amygdala is also located within the brain and is involved in the processing of emotions and the formation of memories. Spinal cord. The spinal cord is a long, slender tube of nerve tissue that runs from the brain down through the center of the back. It carries messages between the brain and the rest of the body and helps coordinate movement. It is protected by the vertebrae of the spine, which form a hollow tube around it. The spinal cord is divided into different regions, each with specific functions. The brain sends signals down the spinal cord to control the body's movements and functions, and the spinal cord sends sensory information back to the brain. The spinal cord is made up of nerve cells, neurons, and supportive cells, glial cells. The neurons are responsible for carrying messages to and from the brain, while the glial cells provide support and protection for the neurons. Peripheral nervous system. The peripheral nervous system is one of the two components that make up the nervous system of human body. It consists of nerves and ganglia, which lie outside the brain and the spinal cord. The main function of the peripheral nervous system is to connect the central nervous system to the limbs and organs, essentially serving as a relay between the brain and spinal cord and the rest of the body. The peripheral nervous system can be divided into the somatic nervous system and the autonomic nervous system. The somatic nervous system. The somatic system is the part of the peripheral nervous system responsible for carrying sensory and motor information to and from the central nervous system. The somatic system is responsible for transmitting sensory information as well as for controlling voluntary movement. This system contains two major types of neurons. Motor neurons, also called efferent neurons. Motor neurons carry information from the brain and spinal cord to muscle fibers throughout the body. These motor neurons allow us to take physical action in response to stimuli in the environment. Sensory neurons, also called afferent neurons. Sensory neurons carry information from the nerves to the central nervous system. The sensory neurons allow us to take in sensory information and send it to the brain and spinal cord. The autonomic nervous system. The autonomic system is the part of the peripheral nervous system that's responsible for regulating involuntary body functions, such as blood flow, heartbeat, digestion, and breathing. In other words, it is the autonomic system that controls aspects of the body that are usually not under voluntary control. This system allows these functions to take place without needing to consciously think about them happening. The autonomic system is further divided into two branches. Sympathetic system. By regulating the flight or fight response, the sympathetic system prepares the body to expend energy to respond to environmental threats. When action is needed, the sympathetic system triggers a response by accelerating heart rate, increasing breathing rate, boosting blood flow to muscles, activating sweat secretion, and dilating the pupils. Parasympathetic system. This helps maintain normal body functions and conserve physical resources. Once a threat has passed, this system will slow the heart rate, slow breathing, reduce blood flow to muscles, and constrict the pupils. This allows the body to return to a normal resting state. That's it for today. Hope you like this video. For more videos related to human body and medical science, please hit that subscribe button. See you in the next one. Hi, and welcome to Inside Us. In this video, we will talk about respiratory system and its role in the formation of human body. The respiratory system is a group of organs responsible for taking in oxygen, eliminating carbon dioxide, and maintaining proper pH balance in the body. It consists of the nasal cavity, pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, and alveoli. Nasal cavity. The nasal cavity is a hollow space in the head that is located above and behind the nose. It is lined with a moist, thin membrane called the mucosa, which is rich in blood vessels and contains tiny hair-like structures called cilia. These cilia help to filter out dirt and other particles that may be inhaled. The nasal cavity has several functions. It warms and moistens the air that is breathed in, which helps to keep the respiratory tract moist and prevents the mucosa from drying out. It also filters the air, removing dust, pollen, and other particles that may be harmful to the body. The nasal cavity is lined with tiny hair-like structures called cilia that help to sweep these particles out of the airway and prevent them from entering the lungs. The nasal cavity also helps to detect odors. It contains small, sensitive cells called olfactory neurons, which are responsible for detecting and identifying different smells. When an odorant molecule is inhaled, it binds to receptors on the olfactory neurons, triggering a response that is sent to the brain. The brain then interprets the signal as a specific smell. Pharynx. The pharynx, also known as the throat, is a muscular tube that extends from the base of the skull to the esophagus and larynx. It serves as a common passageway for both air and food and plays a vital role in the respiratory and digestive systems. The pharynx is divided into three regions: the nasopharynx, oropharynx, and laryngopharynx. The nasopharynx is the upper part of the pharynx that is located behind the nasal cavity. It is separated from the nasal cavity by the soft palate, which is a muscular structure that moves up and down to close off the nasal cavity when we swallow. The oropharynx is the middle part of the pharynx and is located behind the mouth. The laryngopharynx is the lower part of the pharynx and is located behind the larynx. The pharynx is lined with a mucous membrane that helps to moisten and protect the tissues. It contains several small muscles that help to move food and liquids from the mouth to the esophagus and to prevent them from entering the respiratory system. The pharynx also contains the tonsils, which are small, round masses of lymphoid tissue that help to defend the body against infection. The pharynx also plays a role in speech, as the sound waves that are produced by the larynx pass through it on their way out of the body. Larynx. The larynx, also known as the voice box, is a muscular organ located at the top of the trachea or the windpipe. It is responsible for producing sound, protecting the trachea from foreign objects, and regulating the flow of air to and from the lungs. The larynx contains the vocal cords, which are two bands of elastic tissue that stretch across the larynx and vibrate when air passes through them. The vibrations of the vocal cords produce sound waves, which are then modified by the surrounding structures of the larynx, such as the tongue, lips, and teeth to produce speech. The pitch of the sound produced by the vocal cords depends on their tension and thickness. The larynx also contains the epiglottis, a flap of cartilage that covers the opening to the trachea when we swallow. This helps to prevent food and liquids from entering the airway and lungs. The larynx also has a series of small muscles that help to open and close the opening to the trachea called the glottis and to control the flow of air. In addition to its role in speech and protection of the airway, the larynx also plays a role in maintaining the proper pH balance in the body. It does this by controlling the rate of respiration, which is the process of exchanging oxygen and carbon dioxide in the body. Trachea. The trachea, also known as the windpipe, is a tube-like structure that extends from the larynx voice box to the bronchi in the lungs. It is composed of rings of cartilage that help to keep the trachea open and prevent it from collapsing. The trachea is lined with a mucous membrane that helps to moisten and protect the tissues. It is also lined with small hair-like structures called cilia that help to sweep mucus and other debris out of the airway. The trachea is about 4 inches long and about 1 inch in diameter. It is divided into two main branches, called the bronchi, which lead to the right and left lungs. The trachea and bronchi are part of the respiratory system and are responsible for carrying air to and from the lungs. Bronchi. The bronchi are the two main air tubes that branch off the trachea and lead to the lungs. Each bronchus enters a lung and divides into smaller tubes called bronchioles, which in turn divide into even smaller tubes called alveoli. The bronchi and bronchioles make up the bronchial tree, which is responsible for distributing air to the alveoli. The bronchi are lined with a mucous membrane that helps to moisten and protect the tissues. They also contain tiny hair-like structures called cilia and mucus-producing cells that help to filter out dirt and other particles that may be inhaled. The cilia and mucus work together to sweep these particles out of the bronchi and prevent them from entering the lungs. The bronchi also contain small muscles that help to control the flow of air to and from the lungs. During inhalation, the muscles in the bronchi relax and the walls of the bronchi expand, allowing air to flow in. During exhalation, the muscles in the bronchi contract and the walls of the bronchi narrow, forcing air out of the lungs. That's it for today. Hope you like this video. For more videos related to human body and medical science, please hit that subscribe button. See you in the next one. Hi, and welcome to Inside Us. In this video, we will talk about digestive system and its role in the formation of human body. The digestive system is a group of organs that work together to convert food into energy and basic nutrients to feed the entire body. Food is broken down mechanically and chemically in the mouth, then moves through the esophagus, stomach, small intestine, and large intestine before being eliminated from the body. The organs of the digestive system include the mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, and anus. The liver, gallbladder, and pancreas also play important roles in the digestive process. Mouth. The mouth plays a vital role in the digestive system as it is the first point of contact between the body and food. The process of digestion begins in the mouth with the mechanical breakdown of food through the process of chewing. Food is mixed with saliva, which contains the enzyme amylase, responsible for breaking down carbohydrates. The tongue helps to mix the food with saliva and also helps in moving the food to the back of the mouth for swallowing. The act of swallowing, also known as deglutition, is a complex process that is controlled by several muscles in the mouth, throat, and esophagus. In addition to breaking down food, the mouth also plays a role in the sense of taste, which helps the body to identify and discern between different types of food. Esophagus. The esophagus is a muscular tube that connects the mouth to the stomach. It is responsible for transporting food from the mouth to the stomach using a series of muscular contractions, known as peristalsis. The esophagus also has a ring-like muscle at the top, known as the upper esophageal sphincter, which helps to keep food and stomach acid from flowing back into the esophagus. This muscle relaxes to allow food to pass through and then tightens to prevent the backflow of stomach contents. The esophagus also has a lower esophageal sphincter, which is located at the bottom and separates the esophagus from the stomach. Stomach. The stomach is a muscular sac that plays a crucial role in the digestion of food. It mixes food with stomach acid and digestive enzymes, which helps to break down proteins and kill harmful bacteria. The stomach also releases a hormone called ghrelin, which signals to the brain that the body is hungry. As food enters the stomach, it is mixed with stomach acid and enzymes to form a thick liquid called chyme. The stomach then releases the chyme into the small intestine in small amounts, allowing for proper digestion and absorption. The stomach is able to stretch to accommodate large amounts of food and also has the ability to temporarily store food, releasing it into the small intestine as needed. Small intestine. The small intestine is a long, coiled tube that is responsible for the majority of nutrient absorption. The walls of the small intestine are lined with tiny, finger-like projections called villi and microvilli, which greatly increases the surface area for absorption. The small intestine also plays a role in the secretion of bile, which is produced by the liver and stored in the gallbladder. Bile helps to emulsify fats, making them easier to digest. The small intestine also receives enzymes from the pancreas, which aid in the digestion of proteins and fats. Large intestine. The large intestine is a tube-like organ that is responsible for absorbing water and electrolytes from undigested food. It also plays a role in the formation of feces, which is eliminated from the body through the rectum and anus. The large intestine also houses beneficial bacteria, which aid in the breakdown of undigested food and produce certain vitamins. Rectum. The rectum is the last section of the large intestine and plays a key role in the elimination of waste from the body. It is a muscular tube that temporarily stores feces before they are eliminated through the anus. The rectum also plays a role in the process of defecation, which is the act of passing feces from the body. The rectum is sensitive to the presence of feces and sends signals to the brain indicating that a bowel movement is needed. The rectum also has a muscle called the rectal sphincter, which controls the release of feces. It is important to note that the rectum can also store gas and have to release it via the anus. Anus. The anus is the opening at the end of the digestive tract through which feces are eliminated from the body. It is made up of several muscles, including the external and internal anal sphincters, which control the release of feces. The external anal sphincter is under conscious control, while the internal anal sphincter is controlled by the autonomic nervous system. The anus also has a rich blood supply, which helps to protect against injury and infection. It is important to note that the anus is also a sensitive organ, as it contains a large number of nerve endings. That's it for today. Hope you like this video. For more videos related to human body and medical science, please hit that subscribe button. See you in the next one. Hi, and welcome to Inside Us. In this video, we will talk about urinary system and its role in the formation of human body. The urinary system, also known as the renal system, is responsible for filtering the blood, removing waste products, and regulating the body's fluid balance. The main organs of the urinary system include the kidneys, ureters, bladder, and urethra. Kidneys. The kidneys are a pair of bean-shaped organs located in the upper abdomen, on either side of the spine. They are responsible for filtering the blood and removing waste products, such as urea and creatinine, from the body. The kidneys also help to regulate the body's electrolyte balance, such as sodium and potassium, and blood pressure. They also produce hormones that regulate red blood cell production and promote bone health. The kidneys filter the blood through small structures called nephrons, which remove waste products and excess water from the blood to form urine. The urine then flows through the renal pelvis, which is the funnel-like structure at the center of each kidney, and into the ureters. Ureters. The ureters are a pair of thin, muscular tubes that transport urine from the kidneys to the bladder. The ureters use a series of muscular contractions, called peristalsis, to move urine through the urinary tract. The ureters also have a valve-like structure at the junction with the bladder, called the ureterovesical junction, which prevents urine from flowing back into the kidneys. Bladder. The bladder is a muscular sac located in the lower abdomen that stores urine until it is eliminated from the body. The walls of the bladder are composed of smooth muscle, which allows the bladder to expand as it fills with urine. The bladder also has a muscle called the urinary sphincter, which controls the release of urine. The bladder can stretch and hold up to 400–600 milliliters of urine before the person feels the urge to urinate. Urethra. The urethra is a tube-like structure that carries urine from the bladder to the outside of the body. In males, the urethra is longer, approximately 20 centimeters in length, and also carries semen during ejaculation. In females, the urethra is shorter, approximately 4 centimeters in length, and located closer to the clitoris and vaginal opening. The urethra is lined with mucous membrane and has a rich blood supply, which helps to prevent infection and injury. That's it for today. Hope you like this video. For more videos related to human body and medical science, please hit that subscribe button. See you in the next one. Hi, and welcome to Inside Us. In this video, we will talk about endocrine system and its role in the formation of human body. The endocrine system is a complex network of glands and hormones that regulate various bodily functions, including growth, development, metabolism, and reproduction. The endocrine system works closely with the nervous system to help the body respond to changes in the environment. Pituitary gland. The pituitary gland, also known as the master gland, is located at the base of the brain and plays a key role in regulating the endocrine system. It produces several hormones, including growth hormone, which stimulates growth and cell reproduction, prolactin, which stimulates milk production in females, thyroid-stimulating hormone, which regulates the thyroid gland, and adrenocorticotropic hormone, which regulates the adrenal glands. Thyroid gland. The thyroid gland is located in the neck and produces hormones that regulate metabolism, including TRE-euthyronin ET3 and thyroxine E4. These hormones help to control the body's energy use and heat production. The thyroid gland also produces calcitonin, which helps to regulate calcium levels in the blood. Parathyroid gland. The parathyroid gland is located near the thyroid gland and produces a parathyroid hormone, which helps to regulate calcium levels in the blood. PTH works in opposition to calcitonin, stimulating the release of calcium from bone tissue and the absorption of calcium in the kidneys and intestines. Adrenal glands. The adrenal glands are located on top of each kidney and produce a variety of hormones, including adrenaline and noradrenaline, which help to regulate the body's fight or flight response to stress. The adrenal glands also produce hormones that regulate the body's metabolism, such as cortisol, which helps to regulate blood sugar levels and the body's response to stress, and aldosterone, which helps to regulate electrolyte balance and blood pressure. Pancreas. The pancreas is an organ located behind the stomach that produces hormones such as insulin and glucagon, which help to regulate blood sugar levels. Insulin promotes the uptake and storage of glucose in cells, while glucagon promotes the breakdown of stored glycogen to glucose. The pancreas also produces digestive enzymes that aid in the digestion of food in the small intestine. Ovaries and testes. The ovaries and testes are the primary reproductive organs and produce hormones that regulate the body's reproductive functions. In females, the ovaries produce estrogen and progesterone, which regulate the menstrual cycle and pregnancy. In males, the testes produce testosterone, which regulates the development of male secondary sexual characteristics and sperm production. Pineal gland. The pineal gland is a small endocrine gland located in the brain that produces the hormone melatonin, which helps to regulate the body's sleep-wake cycle. Thymus. The thymus is a small gland located in the chest that produces hormones that play a role in the immune system, such as thymosin and thymic hormones, which help to regulate the development and function of T lymphocytes, which are basically white blood cells that play a role in the immune response. All these hormones produced by the glands of the endocrine system work together in a complex network to regulate various bodily functions, including growth, metabolism, and reproduction. Hormones produced by the endocrine system travel through the bloodstream to reach their target cells or organs, where they bind to specific receptors and trigger a response. In addition to the hormones produced by the glands of the endocrine system, other hormones, such as those produced by the hypothalamus and the pancreas, also play a critical role in regulating various bodily functions. For example, the hypothalamus produces hormones that regulate the release of hormones from the pituitary gland and controls functions such as hunger, thirst, and body temperature. It's important to note that imbalances or dysfunction of the endocrine system can lead to various health conditions such as diabetes, thyroid disorders, and hormonal cancers. Regular checkups and screenings can help to detect and manage these conditions early on. That's it for today. Hope you like this video. For more videos related to human body and medical science, please hit that subscribe button. See you in the next one. Hi, and welcome to Inside Us. In this video, we will talk about lymphatic system and its role in the formation of human body. The lymphatic system is a crucial part of the body's immune system and helps to protect the body against disease and infection. It is a network of vessels, organs, and tissues that help to remove waste and toxins from the body, as well as playing a crucial role in the immune system. Lymph vessels. The lymph vessels are a network of thin-walled vessels that run parallel to the circulatory system. They transport a clear, watery fluid called lymph, which contains immune cells and waste products from the body's tissues. The lymph vessels have one-way valves that help to prevent the backflow of lymph and rely on muscle contractions and breathing to move the lymph through the vessels. The lymph vessels also pick up excess fluids, proteins, and other materials that leak out of the blood vessels and return them back to the bloodstream. Lymph nodes. The lymph nodes are small, bean-shaped structures located throughout the body, particularly in the neck, armpit, groin, and abdomen. They act as filters for the lymph, trapping any foreign substances such as bacteria or cancer cells. The immune cells in the lymph nodes then work to destroy these harmful substances. The lymph nodes also have a rich blood supply, which helps to nourish and support the immune cells. Spleen. The spleen is an organ located in the upper left abdomen that acts as a filter for the blood, similar to the lymph nodes. It also plays a role in the production and storage of white blood